Financial advisors have the frustration of feeling like they have to learn how to be as good of a marketer as they are a salesman.
Anyone can spew numbers. Anyone can sell what you're selling, but they can't sell it in the way that you can sell it.
No matter what happens with AI in the future, AI cannot replicate the lifetime of experiences. Everybody is uniquely different. Don't accept the results. Keep chatting. Keep arguing until you get what you want.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Sandbox, your marketing and lead generation blueprint.
We're grateful that you joined us today. My name's Rob Souza.
I'm Brian Wayne from the SandboX.
And we're jumping into helping you figure out how to leverage all of the best tools. And I'm talking about AI tools, all of the best tools, and then all of the last 25 years of learning, research, and perfection of what we've been developing as marketers and me and my family in the financial industry, and be able to consolidate it down into some easy takeaways for financial professionals, because nobody else, no matter what happens with AI can never replicate a lifetime of experiences like we described before. It cannot encapsulate that. Yeah. That's why these 7 pieces are so important to extract from the financial professionals.
Yeah, and I think that's the message that we've been talking about and harping on for the last 3 or 4 weeks is anyone can spew numbers. Anyone can sell what you're selling.
Yeah,
because they all have access to the same data, the same instruments, the same products, but they can't sell it in the way that you can sell it. And the audience that you want to reach, they're not going to be able to reach that audience because they haven't lived what you've lived. And through all of our conversations, I think we're trying to get the point across that if you want your audience to connect with you, and that's how they connect with you, is through stories.
Know, and trust.
Because they can say, this person gets me.
Yeah.
Builds trust and makes a connection with your audience and ultimately gets them to be appointments on your calendar.
And most importantly is that financial advisors have the frustration of feeling like they have to learn how to be as good of a marketer as they are a salesman and a financial advisor. The whole purpose of the Sandbox is to help you eliminate that problem, where we will help you do the research on best practices for marketing and allow you to join the Sandbox and access all of the research we've done, best practices, best software, so that you can either just take what we've researched, developed, and handed to you, or you can choose to piggyback onto one of our pre-existing developed documentary sales funnels. Either way. So whether you want DIY, do it yourself, or completely done for you. It's already developed. It already has proven results, and you can just simply piggyback on a territory that we have already tested and perfected.
And the challenge that we threw out was trying to gather all the resource materials, not only your financial data and the system and the product that you're packaging together. That's important, but we also want to combine that with the story elements, the origin story, the pain points of your audience, specific audience niche with their specific problem, and then telling a story about the solution that you've created, which is your product.
So let's overview this. Okay, so we're talking about, and we've got multiple screens up here, but you can see here in this screen, origin story. This is exactly what you're talking about. Target market, identifying third-party validation.
Now, what is third-party validation? Why is that important?
Well, so each element came from your recipe or formula of creating a compelling, either a workshop presentation, webinar presentation, or a documentary film. Doesn't matter. The point is that when you make an effective speaking engagement where you're going to present a case for who you serve to solve that audience's problem with your specific solution, but put it in a story arc so it's more memorable, impressionable, and influences them. Plus, your 3 deeply, deeply researched AI prompts to develop a presentation, whether you do it in a workshop, webinar, or documentary. But you need these 7 pieces of information extracted out of the brain of the actual financial professional in order for you to apply your prompts to create the central story arc, to create the most memorable, influential sales presentation. Okay, so there's the 7 document sources that we want in Notebook LM. Why is it so important to use those sources done correctly with Notebook LM? But then there's that next step of properly prompting it into a compelling speech for a workshop, webinar, or documentary. Why is Notebook LM the place that we have, at least currently, been the most effective way of combining all of what you've learned with all of what they've experienced, and we can combine them together and use a single prompt to generate a presentation?
Because Notebook LM is confined to the sources that you give it. It's not going out on the internet and social media and gathering half-truthful stuff. It's using your story, the things that you upload in it. It's only going to pull from that, and you can dissect that data any way you want. A Notebook LM is a research tool. It's a learning tool. If you want to learn about a topic, you can have it upload a bunch of resources, and then you can just dissect all those resources and cut them up any way you want. That's for learning about a topic. Now, if you already know the topic, now you just need to format it into a presentation or a story. You're giving it all the research and the data that you need about that topic that you know to be true. And then we're prompting it into, give me a story arc. Yeah.
Everybody is uniquely different. And when you bring your uniqueness and combine it with the intelligence of AI, but that's the mistake that people are making, is they're just doing data.
They think AI is some magic box that just will automatically give you whatever you're thinking in your head, but it's only as smart as the input that you put in. So if you don't like, and we'll go through some examples here, I took the data that was in these Notebook LMs and it spit out a script, but it was okay. And then you just continue prompting it, saying, give me more characters. I need more fictional characters in this story, and move the story forward with some more drama. And then it gave me another version, and then it was good. And then I just prompted it again. And after 3 prompts, it was pretty good.
And you and I have been saying that if you lean in and partner with the AI and be able to, like we always say, input controls the output. If you can take analytical data from AI, but combine it with your own personal story, no matter what happens with AI in the future, AI cannot replicate the lifetime of experiences, DNA, memory, trauma, emotional inspiration I don't think there's a single human in all of America that is there's no exact copy.
Like you say, you got to argue with, it's not a magic box. You're not going to get it on a one-shot click. You have to prompt it, listen to it. If you agree with it, or if you know that there's more information that you want to extract, ask it to extract that information. And then tell it how you want it delivered. You could say, I want this to be a conversation between 2 people. Give it to me that way.
Yes.
Or you could say, tell me everything that's wrong with this story.
Yeah.
What's missing in this story. And it'll tell you that. And then you can add more sources or you can prompt it differently. And I've heard multiple AI experts say this too. The people that will be able to master AI and make it the most effective, make the most money with it, are the ones that know how to prompt it.
Correct.
It's 100% prompting. It's not a magic box. It can't read your mind, but you need to be super, super specific.
I don't care if you spend an hour trying to
Or you could even
communicate your story.
I do this all the time. I'll have a conversation with ChatGPT or Gemini, and I'll just say, hey, here, and I'll record text to speech. This is what I'm thinking. Here's my idea. And I'll just spew out a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll say, does that make sense? And then it'll structure it, and I'll go, yeah, it makes perfect sense. And it formats it, and then I read it. I go, okay, they're close. And then I give it triggers new ideas in my head so I can continue talking.
You give it advice.
That's why it's called ChatGPT. You're supposed to chat with it.
It's a chat.
It's a chat bot. But it's a super smart chat bot.
Don't accept the results. If you're not arguing with an AI to get it to output an exact 99% accurate replica of what you're trying to communicate, keep chatting, keep arguing until you get what you want.
And then you can take that long chat conversation that you have about yourself and your origin story or whatever it is you're discussing, save that as a document. You can copy and paste it, put it in Notebook LM, and now you have your complete origin story combined with all of your factual data and numbers and tax codes and all that stuff. And now it will all make sense, and you can tell a story about it. And that's what the beauty of AI. It knows the information, and all it's doing is restructuring that information multiple different ways, and you can manipulate it in any direction you want. And you'll still, because of Notebook LM, all the factual data is there. The data won't change, the truth won't change. But it's just like you can tell a story a million different ways, and it's still true.
Right. And most importantly is what we're trying to communicate to you is that your uniqueness, your experience, what inspired you, what motivates you, why this target audience, why this particular problem inspired you to solve, and what is your inspirational, unique solution? How did you develop it? That's all of the prompting that we put into. Well, you developed prompts to extract that data, but we do need those.
We need the data.
We need this.
It only works if the factual data is there.
We need to dissect your brain.
Yeah.
You have to go join the Sandbox. You've got to give us these 7 source files. And I would rather you barf it all on a page and just give it to us in raw form than give us too little. Mm-hmm. More detail, the better. I use it as turn on a recorder, use it like a therapist.
One thing I want to mention that maybe we didn't cover well enough is that when you create the brief, there is a prompt box, just like anything else, and you can prompt it for the information. You're not going to get it on a one-shot click. Mm-hmm. You have to prompt it, listen to it, if you agree with it, or if you know that there's more information that you want to extract, ask it to extract that information, and then tell it how you want it delivered. So when we get into the section where we're going to show some of the tools that I created, the prompts are this long. It's a 1.5 page long text file prompt that's asking for multiple different things, and it's only going to give it to you because you asked for it.
Correct. So the takeaway from today is that Notebook LM will allow you to run a summary, an explainer, a critique of the input you've put in. And if you don't agree with it, you need to reprompt, you need to reiterate, clarify, argue with until you get the summary that you'd like before you start developing any sort of sales presentation.
The presentation is up to you. We chose to do it as a documentary style, but it's a presentation. You need all this to sell anything.
So jump into the sandbox, wealthvids.com/sandbox, and use all the resources we've put there, including your source files, your story, plus our marketing prompts. Generate a brief. Then once the brief is where you want it to be, it'll be an explainer, which often can be used as a standalone for free. And then if you want to take that next step and turn it into a compelling sales presentation, you can do it either as a slide deck presentation or an actual developed documentary style video that can be posted online. And WealthVids, if it meets our standards, we'll publish it on WealthVids ourselves, and we'll put some advertising dollars behind it because of the value it brings to the public to create financial awareness and solutions to people who need it.
We just showed you the framework, but how do you actually write the prompts to make the AI output a high converting documentary style sales pitch? And what does the final product actually look like? In the full broadcast, we reveal the exact copy and paste prompt formulas we use, and we play the actual explainer videos of 3 financial advisors who successfully built a sales presentation disguised as a documentary. Click the video on the screen or go straight to our channel to watch the full, uncut video to get the exact formulas and see the real-world examples to solve your marketing struggle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the digital world.